pay attention to what you call the too much attention to your practice. Meaning that yes, what has happened, what I shall do. Don't go to that type of unnecessary repentance and things. So repeat the name of Lord, and then that's why it has such a power that it is wiping out all the negative karma. So this is a question of bringing faith into the name, the power of name. It is Sri Krishna, Ramakrishna says, জীবের সাধ্য নাহি এত পাপ করে. না, Vaishnava literature, it is more in the Vaishnava literature. Chaitanya Charitamritam, I forgot, once I read. Akbar Krishna Nam, one time you take a name of the Lord Krishna, Jato Pap Hare, that much pap it can haran kare, extract or wipe out and pull out. Jiver Sadha nai, tato pap kare. There is no capacity even any individual to commit that much sin. That means such a powerful, that name is not ordinarily as we do. It's one name, that means it's total absorption in God. When actually Thakur also said, when in once you taking the name of the Lord, your ear become full of tears, and your haripilation starts, you know that nothing more to do. Or do not, if the sun is rising. That is the point. It's the same. Spirit is the same. The sun, as if the sun rises, all the darkness go away. So the sun of spirituality is rising when you can have such intensity that you take the name of the Lord and your eyes become full of tears and your haripilation comes over you only by the name. One Swami of ours, he said that he had the opportunity to see such a Vaishnava sadhu. He used to live across, name, he was very austere Swami named. He is across our Belurmont. There is a place for that sadhan. He used to do his spiritual practice, and he said that I was a young boy and he used to allow me to come to sit near him, and I could see that the shivering of the body, a 8 sattvika transformation which happens when you are very advanced in your spiritual sadhana by taking the name of the Lord. The tears flowing sometimes horripilation, hair standing on the edge. So, Harsa, Pulaka, Romancha, the voice become talking, the voice becomes choked in that high emotion. So these are the, that means that person is attained. But Vaishnavas pay attention to the name, Nam Namokari Bahudhatma Yoga. That's why we chant that prayer. Chant the name of the Lord. That we chant is Sri Chaitanya's prayer. There is no other person that Sri Chaitanya who is giving this instruction. Chant the name of the Lord unceasingly, so that the mirror of the heart may be wiped clean. So that cleaning of the mind will be possible by this. So she says, just as the flame of the blazing fire burn up all fuel, even so devotion to me, Miss Krishna, destroys all sense. Neither yoga nor sankha nor dharma nor scriptural study, these are all glorifying the bhakti. But sadhana, it is not. He's talking of the state of attainment of bhakti. In comparison to that, this yoga means those who have started yoga practice, those people who have started analyzing Purusha, Prakriti, Shankha, started. Sadhana bhakti, Siddha bhakti. Sadhana means practicing. So, practicing stage of other spiritual practice, and compared to this is this love for God supersedes everything. That's the glorification. That's why he says, not dharma nor scriptural study, nor austerity, nor renunciation can attract and dominate me as deep-rooted devotion can. Dominate me means God becomes under control. God becomes under control means God becomes your slave. He becomes a Gopala. And you are bound. You have to take care of him. Bas. You, God is, you are not following God. God is following you. That's why it is called the Bhakti. Means, that's why Thakur sang that song, that I do not care for giving liberation, but I do care for giving pure love. আমি মুক্তি দিতে কাতর নই, আমি শুদ্ধা ভক্তি দিতে কাতর হই গো. I really feel very pained to give pure love, pure devotion. If it's given, then God becomes as if bound to the love of love binds, no? When extraordinary love comes, it binds. So there are examples that love binds means suppose a judge or say a big guy in the society whom people dare to approach even. He loves the granddaughter, grandson. What happens? Grandson holds his hair and climbs on his head and boom, boom. He smiles, no? Others will be dare to approach. So God, who is all powerful, very difficult to approach. Even outside, oh my God, he's such powerful. I am here, I am a servant, you awe and reverence. But awe and reverence go away when superseded by love. And then the love, he becomes slave. See that big guy, say Supreme Court Chief Justice, or say big guy in the society, any high position, he becomes almost a slave to the grandson, granddaughter. No, there is no question of their freedom. To their some children, they'll say, "You, dad, you don't know anything." They sometimes scold their mom and dad out of love. No, you always get out. Sometimes they talk so freely, but can it be done by uh, with the awe and reverence if you go like that? So that's why it says. Ramakrishna also said, Jnana, knowledge, bhakti can take you to the interior realm of the house. No, so but understand it, not to feel that the other path is taking you somewhere else. Jnana, when the knowledge reaches its climax, and that point, they don't want to play like this, but they get absorbed into the same reality where only all duality collapses. But these people, after duality, they also want to enjoy. That's why there is a fun and play. And that fun and play is not out of fear, it is out of joy, out of. So, non renunciation can attract and dominate me as deep rooted devotion. And that's why the point is deep rooted devotion. Don't compare that ordinary bhakti. Any bhakta, I am superior to Jnani, is a mistake. It is not that. It is a para bhakta. The bhakti was attained to the parama bhakti in comparison to that. Otherwise, it becomes contradictory. Then contradict, but it is also to inspire, because those who love this path of bhakti, for them to increase that.
Samji, what chap? What
115 page top.
Oh,
With the help of
page. Okay, thank you.
with the help of unswerving devotion, coupled with earnest faith, unswerving devotion, the devotion which does not move, does not change, whatever condition comes. Bhaktas, they are not ordinary. In suffering comes, in calamity comes, they don't swerve from their devotion. They hold on to the feet of the Lord more intensely. So that unswerving devotion, and added with, coupled with earnest faith, God is only my resort. He will protect me. He is my protector. Holy men are able to attain to me, who am as dear to them as their very soul. They love me. I am very dear to them because for them there is nobody else. Oh Lord, there is nobody in my life excepting you. So for anything comes, it becomes secondary. Suffering comes, pleasure comes, pain comes. Who cares all these things? So deep-rooted devotion to me purifies even one who is a born sinner. Oh yeah, that I said before. That means don't think of your failures, don't think of your frustrations, but go on repeating the name with utmost devotion, thinking He is the Redeemer. He is like a flame which can consume all types of things. Anything put to the fire, it consumes and it makes it pure. No? Now, next verse we'll read today. 11.14.22 to 24. Sri Krishna on how we, without devotion, other disciplines, though well pursued, are of little use. Again, it is a to read this as an emphasis on bhakti. Don't undermine other paths. So it says that as a note, look at the note on page 115, what says, the first of these verses is a criticism of philosophies like Buddhism and Sankhya, which have no place for God, and of certain schools of Advaita in which God has only a nominal place. It's getting, that means those who don't understand the spirituality, they only dry, what is called scholasticism. They are, in comparison to that, this devotion is fulfilling. But point is that not to criticize the Jnani Bhakta. Jnani also Bhakta. Why? You say Bhakta. Why? Jnani loves Brahman. If he does not love Brahman, why he will day and night talk about Brahman, think about Brahman? Huh? So it is devotion. Love is necessary. Yogi. Yogi loves their yoga. Philosophy as also the object of their union, the faculty of union, their meditation on the chosen ideal. He loves it. If the love factor is gone, he cannot do anything. That's why there is an integrity. Don't think only bhaktas love is love. They also love. If the sincerity is there, the love will take. Love is an integrating factor, not in the ritualistic way of love. Offering flower and chanting mantras may not be the path of others, and the Vedanta way of meditation may be different than that of the bhaktas. eh? Or bhakta service, seva is a different major factor, but Vedanta will treat the seva in a different way by absorbing into the consciousness. But that love is a factor. So that without love, jnana cannot be succeeded, bhakti cannot be succeeded, yoga cannot be done, karma cannot be done. If it is love is not that, karma is a what you call, is a rupture. Karma is a friction. Karma is an anger producing element. Jealousy, hatred, all this it brings in. So now, dharma, now let us chant first, 3 verses. Dharma sattadayopetu vidyava tapashanvita madbhaktya pitamatmanam na samyak prapunatihi kathan vina roma harshang dravata cetasa vinananda sukha laya shuddhi nitya vinashaya Bhaggadda dravate yasya chittam hasati avekshanam rudati kachit cha Bilajja udgayati nrityate cha madhvakti yukto bhuvanam punati. Here is given the description. Ashto Shakti Vikar will come. That bhakti not going and singing and dancing will do. Bhakti is, what a great definition of bhakti is. When you are comparing this bhakti higher than this, that, what is that bhakti that they are talking about? That, when they say Roma Harsam, Drobata Chetasa, mind will melt into the love of God. And the harsha, the haripilation will come over the Roma, the hairs will stand in erect like that. And Anandasru, Bina Ananda Asru Kalaya. If that type of tears does not flow in your eyes, if that type of haripilation you didn't get, how your mind will be pure? How the chitta will be shuddha? So it says, a dharma, and it means the religious discipline, though inculcating truth, compassion, and meditation accompanied with austerity, will not purify the mind if devoid of devotion. Understand the point? If you have no love for God, what is the meaning of your austerity? What is the meaning of your compassion, meditation? You are doing meditation, but you don't love God, but you are meditating. That meditation is mechanical meditation, we call. Also, same thing, you are repeating the mantra, the mind is somewhere else. It is a machine-like repetition. It does not bring spiritual joy. So, a dharma means a really spiritual discipline is what? Though inculcating truth, compassion, and meditation, accompanied with austerity, there we do all these things, austerity, that will not purify the mind. Rather, which will do if it is without love for God, without devotion. How can the mind be purified? Here comes the point. How can the mind be purified without intense devotion, expressing itself as horripilation in the body? What is your devotion unless you can cry in the name of God, unless you feel your joy, a sparkling joy all over? No? As I was talking of the sadhu, that sadhu is a testimony that practiced in such one-pointed love, forgetting the whole world, only steeped into that sadhana of repeating the mantra, chanting the name, and pure love and forgetting the whole world. So, as melting of the mind with the sentiment of love, your mind should melt. Mind should not roam about. Mind is taking every time one shape, another shape, another shape. But here, there will be no more any mind. Your mind, which takes different forms and shapes, it will be melted. It will get melted into that love. And as tears of joy flowing from the eyes. See, bhakti is not so easy bhakti. Whatever you know, forget the world. That is the criterion. Your love should be so intense that the world will fall apart. Your mind will not take the shape of anything but God. It is very difficult in the meditation path also. Who can do? Only God. Meditate on God. Mind is taking the shape of God only. And that our mind is taking constant forms of anger, frustration, desire, expectation. eh? Unless all these forms melt into that love, into one, that is God, nothing but God. So that is the. So how can it purify the heart then? So purification of heart, that type of devotion. Now we can understand why they are doing bhakti is much higher and higher. Huh? In that level, if you saw that, where is the world? World is gone. It's nothing but God. So, and tears of joy flowing from the eyes. Tears of joy not trickling, but flowing. Sri Chaitanya used to have that. Sri Chaitanya, when he used to cry for God, it will just flow. Water flow. What flowing has a different sense rather than trickling or drizzling. Drizzling is one drop. In my life, maybe one drop may have come sometime and have gone before coming up to this point. And they are saying it is torrential, it will come. You cannot stop it. One Swami was telling one time, he is now no more in he is the glory. He said that he was sitting on the bank of Ganga in Belur Math, and the night was full of full moon, and he was closing the eyes and he was singing this song. Oh my mind, think of the glory of the Lord Hari. Thakur used to sing that song. And see with your heart, with your one-pointed mind focused in Him, Dakho Shan, with a calm and serene mind, with your love eye, Dakho Shanta Mune, Prem Nayone, Aparupo Priyo Daroshana. That form, the divine form of the Lord in His own splendor. Look at that. And when he was singing that, he suddenly torrential flood of as if the whole cloth and everything got melted. And he forgot about time and space. And he said, oh, that day, it was such a pleasing day in my life. So that is called bhakti. If that bhakti comes, then it takes away all sins. The previous verse, otherwise it will, unless with this context, if you read the bhakti, then it becomes a cult. We are saying something which is impractical. But if this experience comes in the name of the Lord, and there is a song, in the gospel, this song is there. Oh my mind, think of the Chintayo Mama Manasho Hari Chidghano Niranjana. What is Hari? Again, in Bhakti, see, it is a Bhakti book. Chintayo, think, oh my mind, of that Hari, the Lord, which Chidghana, condensed consciousness. Don't think it is Krishna a man or a cowherd boy. No, it's condensed consciousness. Chintayo mama manasha hari. And it is Chidghana. Not only condensed consciousness, but Niranjana. It is free from all blemishes. It's exceedingly pure. Kibayanu Bhati, how he's shining. Mohanamurati, again taking a form of a baby Krishna, no? Of a child Krishna. Kiba Mohanamurati, Bhakato Hridayo, Ranjana. It colors the mind, totally saturates the mind, the color of the love of God. Chintayo mama manasa hari. If that type of thought is behind that love, and you get absorbed in that, and did you get absorbed? What is the sign? Sign is that these few symptoms will come. Torrent, flood. You will not. You are not doing anything there. You are not saying, ha, sometimes we call it, the children do cry, a fake cry. Children sometimes, to draw the attention of mom, they do some fake crying. So that fake crying we will not do. We cry to God, so fake cry. Isn't when the movie, some actor or actress actually have to cry. Do you think that they are crying really? They are making a fake show of the cry. But tears are coming there. No, not necessarily. There is a story in Girish Ghosh's life. And Girish Ghosh, one day, I'm digressing a little bit. Girish Ghosh was a great actor, you all know, writer, is actor, producer, a famous person of the then Bengal. Uh, so, so one lady was acting in her team, in his team. So he came, and one of the sadhu, Belur Math sadhu, went, and he was sitting talking to Girish, and she came and she was saying so humbly, "Oh, you have to do this for me. I need this money or something." There was some need, and the sadhu's heart got melted. He said that he said she's really begging for such thing. Why not give the little this and that whatever? And she's crying. He said that I saw she's crying. He whispering to Girish, "Why not do that?" Then he said, "Sadhu, oh, dear monk, uh, do you know? You don't know anything. They can play. They're actors." She's an actress. Then she said, "The actress? No, she's so sincerely. You will not give the money or you give that help. That's why you are saying that." I saw she's crying so really. Okay, Sadhu, sit down. Then he said, "Okay." She called that. She left, and she was called back by Girish. That lady came back. I say, "Okay, I will give you this cup. Can you cry so that it becomes half full? Then I will give you the money." And she's an actress, so really she did some, and tears coming down like that. And see, they say, then really it was half cup full, crying so much, it became like, ladies, see, this is called acting. So, so we do acting crying, cry of acting. But actually, the genuine cry is that you will not do anything. It will flow out of you. This horripilation, you don't do anything. Your love is so intensified, you are going into it. Suddenly, you will feel that this joy, unparalleled joy, is percolating through the body. So these are very inspirational things. So it says,
But these signals will be coming from the bhaktas only. Like the Gyani, what you said, they have the love for Brahman, but they will not manifest all this.
they may not exactly do that, but that tremendous joy they will feel. Whenever they go to any, even a deeper meditation, Gyanopath, even meditating, a split second they will feel the oneness of that. That removes, and that another Swami I heard that he was following the path of Jnana, and really he was in the Himalayas, in the Rishikesh, and he was 2 3 days he could become mad. Is there really any truth? Is this really Brahman? And it took his mind in such an intensity, so he become really mad. How can this be? Satchidananda Brahman, such solid, and I see the river, I see the mountain, sun, moon, this room, floor. Is it all Brahman? Sarvam Kalidan Brahma. What is this? And it becomes such that he become really mad. You have to be mad in any path you like. You should forget the whole world. And whole world becomes meaningless. He forgot his eating. He forgot his sleep night. First night, one day passed like that. Second day passed like that. And third day, he was thinking, I cannot contain. I'll be mad like that. And suddenly he said that when I was coming back from the Ganges to my cottage, thinking, oh my God, what will happen to me? I am running mad, almost mad. I cannot contain anyone. 3 days I have not slept, I have not eaten anything. It is becoming it's a crazy idea has taken position. And suddenly he said, he saw something, I mean, vision. He didn't say what. And that gave me such a peace. And the rest of the stay in the Himalayas was so peaceful and joyful. So there is that. Ananda is the Sachi. We are not reaching two things. In Bhakti path, because they follow the path of emotion, the emotions are expressed in one way. Jnani path, they also reach, but Satchidananda is the ultimate. If that is that ultimate feeling of peace will be absolutely same. When you forget yourself. And when you bhakta, you want to enjoy and keep your ego a little bit, that's a different thing. Your emotions will be expressed differently. So this very important. You can read it again and again. How can the mind be purified with intense devotion? Expressing itself, how it is expressing your devotion? Intense expression. You are a devotee. How your devotion is expressed in your life? As horripilation in the body, as melting of the mind with the sentiment of love, and as tears of joy flowing from the eyes, whose words get choked. Thakur, sometimes we find that he's saying a refrain from a song. He's creating that, and if they singing again and again and saying sometimes, and words are 50% are gone, half the word and half word ultimately, that also stops. So the words, the voice gets choked, whose mind gets melted, who laughs now and next weeps. Now he laughs, now he weeps, like a mad guy, and dances singing at the top of his voice, all out of intense devotion. Such a devotee of mine verily purifies the world. These people, the highest example is Sri Chaitanya, highest example is our Ramakrishna. No? A gospel of Ramakrishna you bring out, you match these things. Right? And in that intense atmosphere, the others get the spiritual emotion. Latu is rolling down in the ground. No? Brahmananda is going to the mood of samadhi. Such is the intensity of that. Now, how bhakti gives also self-knowledge is described in the words of Sri Krishna. Yathagnina hema malanjahati dha and ma manang dham. How do you pronounce it? Dha dhama dhamna dvan dvatang punakhang bhajati charupam atma tu karma nushayang viduya madhvakti yogena bhajati yato mam. Again, jathagnina hemo malang jahati matang punakhang bhajati swang punah swang bhajati charupam atma tu karmanu shayang viduya madhvakti yogeno bhajati atho mam. What does it mean? Just as gold molten in fire is rid of the dross and assumes its own lustrous form, so by communion with the bhakti devotion, the Atman attains to me, being forced for all impurities arising from the attachment born of selfish action. This is our Atma. Atma likes very cold. He likes very cold. So, just as gold molten in fire. Anything. See, iron ore, bring from the underground and put into the blast furnace. What happens? Burning that, it's called smelting, no? And then what happens? All the dross, they go out, and then the pure gold, pure metal, pure aluminium. Smelting is necessary in the blast furnace for creating that molten, and then and this burning. That's why in spiritual life, come to the point. Spiritual life, you need to be smelted in the fire. That's why austerity. That's why all these things what we do, it is just purifying agent. When the life goes in spiritual life, good people suffer so many ways. No, this is all putting into the fire, the flame. All our egos and angularities. That's why it is called Ramakrishna Mission. Is said to be a Ramakrishna machine. What is Ramakrishna machine for? Ego crushing machine. It batters this way, batters that way, batters that. I don't do anything. Boom, boom. That is the ego crushing machine. That's a machine, Ramakrishna, not mission. Ramakrishna machine. And a raw material come in one side, and through this machine, processing, it becomes smooth and smoother and smoother. And the final product goes Brahmogyan. That is the purpose of this mission, to make us spiritual. We come raw, with our all angularities and all our imperfections. And if we can bear with this, then gradually, we see that everything has helped us to be what we are now. Don't you look at the great Swamis? They had to go through much tears, much penances. Not that they may, on the earthly way of eating food or sleeping in the bed, that is not the point. But so much mental struggle goes through it. Because you have to purify yourself. That's why you willingly accept that process. And then you become a gold afterwards. That's why I give the example that, the goldsmith takes a nugget of gold, to prepare one ornament. So out of maybe 50 nuggets are there, they take one. Who is that one? Maybe you, maybe you, maybe you. And then putting into that first, what they do? Put into the nitric acid. Purification process. Put to nitric acid. This nugget, as me or you may say, hey, why are you putting me to this acid test? It's acid test. And the other nuggets are so good that they are living in the world happily, and see my condition. Why you select this path? It is your purification process. And not only that, it does not end there. Then they put into the flame. Blower. In the earlier days, they used to blow in the mouth. I do not know what they do now. Mechanized things may have come. And melt it. And it is melting in the flame. And then hitting and beating. Then cutting a design out of that. Making a beautiful ornament out of that. And every time beating, cutting, chiseling, hammering. Tremendous thing is going on to create an ornament in that gold. When it comes out gold, it is wow. Huh? But it has to go through the process to crush our ego, to destroy our pettiness, littleness, which has separated us from God. So, just as the gold molten in fire is rid of dross and assumes its lustrous form, so by communion, through bhakti devotion, the Atman attains to be me, to me. Atman means here they have given the capital I. I think it should be small I. That is the problem. It's a type of mistake maybe. Otherwise, pure Atman has nothing to do with purification. No. That's why nowadays modern English is coming, make everything flat, small. People will understand. For spiritual text, it does not make any sense. Then you will make a mistake. The small Atman or big Atman? Which Atman you are talking? Here it is given the capital A, but I think it should be small a. The Atman attends to me means then if Atman, that capital A, is already pure, it does not have anything to attain or go anywhere. So that does not make it sense. Being freed from the impurities. That Atman now giving us free from impurities. It is arising. What are the impurities? Impurities of attachments born of selfish actions. If we boil down in all our problems in our life, really don't blame anyone. See, where is the problem? Problem is your attachment. You hold on to one thing, and there you cannot give up. And there is a battering coming. You can blame the whole world, but never, never, ever try to understand that it is your own attachment. If you are not attached to anything, who can give you any pain? Anything we are attached, that's why Holy Mother said, if you become free from attachment, this moment you are realized soul. This moment now, I hang on to so many things of my pet ideas, even pet ideas. I cannot get out of my pet ideas. I cannot get out of my pet things I love. I love this, I love that. I hold on. I don't want to get out of the grip. My way, your way, my way. This is all fight. So this is the point, that attachment. Why they call renunciation? Renunciation. Ordinary spiritual person cannot understand that unless they enter into the spiritual practice. You look what is stopping us not to be connected with the divine. What is stopping? When you are meditating, what is stopping you not to think of God? Tell me. Check it. What? Oh, I have a very crying need as to think of office problem. You are attached to that office and office problem. You didn't think it is God's office and He has given you the job to do, done at a detach. You have done, finished the job, keep it there. Don't bring that into your home. But we love to bring it back. And nowadays we work from the home. So much problem has increased much more because your home is the office.
Sometimes what happens is we take it that we are serving God,
Then
doing some work, but we're not satisfied with the quality of the work. And then we will keep thinking about it, that how do we serve God better and better.
Then it is purifying. If you think that I am doing for God and I need to do it much better, then you are thinking of God. Because of that you are doing. No other motivation of your work.
But when we're thinking of the work, we are only thinking of the work.
But no.
How to improve the quality of that work.
No, that's why when you are improving, thinking of the improvement of the work, if you are an advanced practitioner, you will remember God and do. Maybe you are focused to your work, but you know awareness should be there. It is for, oh Lord, I am doing for you. You know, feeling the presence of God. How can you do? You need not have to do anything. You do everything, you feel the presence of God. Practice of the presence of God, or what is Brother Lawrence? He is aware that he is doing for God. In the beginning, we will forget. You are talking of the beginning stage. I'll forget and I'll get immersed into the work itself. Work and worship is the stage. To work as worship is going on. And work is worship. You offering a flower, you are cleaning a flower, yes, you remember it is for I'm putting in the feet. So you are fully aware what you are doing. A mature state will come. And we are talking of the mature state. When this external work will not be a work, it will be a.
And then when you do arati, you see like that only Thakur is in the front, everybody else and the wall is in the back. Turn around from the wall and look at Thakur.
Yeah, that also advanced thing. You are doing arati here. Who are these people? They are the same. That's why we turn back and do the big arati time. That is the higher philosophy. Yes, I turn back from the world, only God. Good. But now turn your angle. What is this universe? Turn back and do the 3 times arati. Why do you do? It is not a ritual, but to bring this higher philosophy. What is there is now in the consciousness of all who is standing here. If you take the spiritual ideas so grand, every step to understand. And maturity, it depends on the maturity. But at least if we know it and do, then maturity comes quickly. So my point was that when we go meditate and or we pray, we get distracted. Why? Because our attention. Suppose you are doing something, a phone call came, and you are doing something and calling. You don't miss some of the words. Then you say, hey, what did you say? What did you say means what? Where you were attached? I was talking and you didn't listen. That means mind should be focused and in God and God alone, or anything we do, and we forget the other thing. So therefore, attachment is our problem, major problem of life. Not to have the thing, not to eat, not to sleep. That is not the point. But to be attached to one thing, anything in the world minus God, is really a greater loss in life. And that everyone has to pay the price of it. So 93rd verse, let me see. I'll just read from this book, the translation, what it says. The religion of truth, speaking, and of the practice of compassion, the learning that is associated with asceticism and penance, these do not satisfy the man who is devoured of my devotion. And then he says that how can how you are how can the soul be purified without the devotional emotions, without the pleasurable sensation of horripilation, the melting of the heart, the flow of tears of joy? Lost in my devotion, my votary has his heart melted and his speech choked with emotion. He sometimes weeps and laughs excessively. Such a man of devotion sanctifies the world. And now we read this, just as gold heated by fire leaps of its dross and regains its own appearance, so is the human soul cleared of its karmic impurities by the application of devotion and attains to me by regaining the purity that is mine. So, so the Markandeya on the universal ideal of devotion, he said, what he says, 94th verse, page 116. Baramikam Brineyathapi Purnat Kamabhivarshanat Bhagavati Uttama Bhakti Tatparesha Tathat. Oh, yeah, change the slope. Varam evang Brinethapi Purnatma Kama Vivarshanat Bhagavati Uttama Bhagavati Uttama Bhakti Bhagavat Uttama Bhagavati Uttama Bhakti Bhagavati Uttama Bhakti Tatpareshu Tathatvai. So what does it mean? I seek but one boon, O Lord. He is talking to God, praying to God. I seek one boon of you. What is that? Thee, who though thyself without any desire, you are the Lord of everything, you have no desire. Though you are free from desire, you bestow on all the boons that they pray. That means the devotees pray. You are free from all. You have nothing to crave for. God has nothing to attach to or get anything because everything belongs to Him. He is beyond all what you call the desires, but He fulfills the desires of and gives the boons to fulfill the desires of the people who are praying. May I have devotion to that Supreme Being Vishnu, to thy devotees, and to thee. See, Thakur said these three words: Guru, Ishta, and Bhagavan. Three. The Supreme Being, that is the, here they are calling Vishnu. Vedanta will say Atman, Brahman. And to thy devotees, sorry, Guru na, Bhakta Bhagavan, Bhagavat Bhakta Bhagavan. Bhagavat Bhakta Bhagavan. This sense. Bhagavat is what? Bhagavat is this holy text. Bhakta, who are the lovers of God. That means his love equally goes for the Lord, for his devotees, and the Ishta Devata, and Supreme Being the Brahman. That means God, his devotees, and the where it is manifested in such people. So his devotion can be manifested. That means if we love God, then we should love those people who love God. We love God means our love, sign of our love is what? You are a lover. What does you mean? You take marijuana. What is the sign that you take marijuana? You find another person who is taking marijuana, you find make friendship with him more. Thakur said no. Thakur gave the example. There is a what is called
one
hemp smoker.
One hemp smoker loves another.
That's what I say. I'm saying that's the same.
To be together.
Yeah, and hemp smoker loves another hemp smoker, and they can recognize from a distance. Oh, he's a hemp smoker, and they get friendship with them. So I just to prove that bhakta loves seeing another bhakta, they make friendship with them. They don't.
In Hindi they say Chursi.
Chursi.
Church lagaye ho, kiske?
But that's the easy part.
Easy part.
It's loving someone who doesn't love God. That's the hard part, right?
That will be much better
That's
later.
the challenge.
No, that will be much later. When you mature, you can do that. First, you have to protect yourself. But first, you should be a rich man. Then you can give away your riches to people. So, to nurture our bhakti at the beginning, we should make friendship with the bhaktas, where I get nurturing. My bhakti gets fully nurtured, and my love for God increases.
This is practice.
Practice.
How Christ said the cup runneth over.
What?
How Christ said the cup that runneth over. So like when your cup is full and it's overflowing.
Ramakrishna, this word is very important. He said that one Swami was telling that he was traveling in Calcutta, and we have a double-decker bus. I do not know now. Calcutta may have or have not. I do not know. When we were young, that time also, when I came in this country, double-decker buses. Double-decker buses, and the whole, there is a big open area in Calcutta, heart of the Calcutta. And he said that one gentleman was sitting by my side, and he suddenly, what he saw, we didn't understand. He saw one hemp smoker in the middle of the field. So he ran from his seat, what he was sitting together side by side. He ran, and he was observing. It is a long distance, you can see for a long time. And he ran, and that hemp smoker is sitting, and he immediately didn't know that guy. He never had any chance to see that guy, but so friendly. He's a hemp smoker. I'm a hemp smoker. Give me one. So devotees are like that. If the devotee see another devotee, Thakur said, they lick each other like the cows. So that is the point. The devotee loves another devotee. So that should be, the devotion should be sign of devotion. I have devotion to the Supreme Being, to your devotees, and to you, the Shiva, or one's own Ishta Devata. The prayer is addressed to Shiva, and so a distinction is made between thee and the Supreme Being, here identified with Vishnu. The Bhagavata, being a Vaishnava text, the Supreme Being for it is Vishnu, and Shiva is his manifestation. So freed from the sectarian context, the can be taken to mean the Ishta Devata, the chosen ideal, who is the manifestation of the Supreme Being. Anyhow, what is the time? Done. Shall I read more or what? Time is done. Tea time.
No, it's good
Tea time, yes. So this book also. Eh? Huh? Huh?
I forgot the snacks today.
Oh, that's we have
I'll
some.
have to scrounge around the cupboard and see what we can find.
You should not bring every day, so others should then think of that.
Same
It's
idea.
such my
Same
pleasure.
idea. Jai Shri
No, that you bring. Acha 94. Acha, I read the English translation here, but it says, I solicit one born of thee, who sowest all blessings, the boon of devotion to the Lord, to his devotees, and to thee. Boon of devotion is very, very superficial, but this meaning is much better. I seek but one boon of thee, who thou thyself without any desire bestow on all the moons that they pray for. May I have devotion to that Supreme Being, to thy devotees, and to thee. Okay? Right. Right.
Will you be here Thursday?
Thursday? Yeah, I'm here Thursday.
Not Tuesday.
This Thursday I'll be here.
Tuesday then?
Next Tuesday I'm going, no?
Oh,
21 I'm leaving.
it's not next Tuesday is not 21. Next
21 and the other.
Today, no, why not? Today is 15, 16.
Next Tuesday there will be no class.
Next 22nd.
22 will be the next
Not
Tuesday.
next Tuesday
There will be no class.
and not next
Thursday,
No, next Tuesday, yeah. I'll tell you. I forgot the dates.
You have to
actually.
tell, yeah.
21, 22, 23. I only the East Coast. So
2 weeks.
two Tuesdays for 2 weeks. But I think our Mahajogananda,
But what about the evening class and gospel class and Upanishad?
those are all given some responsibility.
They're going to
and
be.
it is printed in the bulletin.
Atma needs some information from you
What?
for your schedule. He just mentioned to
Or
me.
to some people may call.
I can tell you now when he is back. I have my computer in my phone. I can tell you. I can tell you now. Wait a second. Stop. God. I can see.